motion will tend to stay in motion, and any object at rest will tend to stay at rest unless acted upon by an unbalanced force.
This unbalanced force could be gravity, wind, or any moving object. In soccer, this unbalanced force is usually the player's foot.
You use the muscles in your body to create a force to move the leg and kick the ball. Because the ball is at rest, it will continue to stay at rest. But once kicked, it will keep moving in a straight line without any intent of stopping. The reason the ball will stop is because of friction and Earth's gravity.
Newton's second law states that the change in velocity where an object moves is directly proportional to the magnitude of the force applied to the object and inversely proportional to the mass of the object. This can be explained by the equation F equals ma. The acceleration of the ball is determined by the force applied divided by the mass of the object that is being moved. This means that if the ball has a lot of mass, it will require more force to accelerate. If the ball has little mass, it will require little force. In soccer, it is important to know this law because if you want the ball to be moving fast, you must apply more force. If you want the ball to be moving just a little bit, then just apply less force.
You want the ball to be traveling fast to go in the net quickly. If the ball goes in the net quickly, it's much harder for the goalie to stop it. Newton's third law states that for every action force, there is an equal and opposite reaction force. When you kick a soccer ball, you are exerting force on the ball, but the ball is also exerting an equal but opposite force on your foot. In soccer, the action force is the force exerted on the ball by your foot, and the reaction force is the force exerted on your foot by the ball. Here's an example. The ball hit the crossbar and bounced in the opposite direction at the same speed that it was traveling towards it.
When a soccer player kicks a ball, they transfer their momentum to the ball. Momentum is the velocity of the object times its mass. Also, when players pass the ball to each other, they use their feet to slow the momentum of the ball by moving with the ball and resisting it slowly. This way, they can have more control over the ball. Players can also curve a soccer ball into the back of the net. A soccer ball is simply an object that is flying through the air with an initial velocity. The reason the ball curves is because the kicker kicks the ball at a certain angle and velocity. Once the ball is in the air, it is really the air that is curving the ball.
When a soccer ball is kicked along the grass, there is always a force parallel and opposite to the ball. This force is called friction. The friction force is tangential to the surface and opposite to the ball. Friction is caused when two opposing surfaces make contact with each other. The electromagnetic forces within each surfaces resist the relative lateral motion of objects. In this case, it is the ball and grass. However, friction can also happen when the ball is in the air. Because air is matter, friction is always present. Friction is the reason why the soccer ball always slows down.